Welcome back, everyone. So now what we're going to do is show each of these metrics in a line chart just below. So we're also going to split that line chart by office. So we're going to have a grouping of office for the USA only and for the rest of the world. So let's start by creating that grouping. So under office country, in the more options, you'll see the three dots beside it. We can create a new group. And what we can do, first we'll create our USA group. So we just click on USA and group, and we can just keep it called USA. And you can expand and minimize it just with the arrow. And then while holding control, we can click UK, Japan, France, and Australia, and we'll group them together. And let's just minimize that and double click to rename it rest of world. Okay, and then we can name this office grouped. Okay, and then it's going to show up on the right hand side, office grouped. Okay, so now we can use this grouping. So first we'll just add a line chart. So on our second row under visualizations, you'll see line chart. So if we just tick into this, let's just make it a bit smaller. And what we want to view, it's the sum of the sales value. So if we just drag this into the y-axis, it's automatically going to sum it. So what we want to show on the x-axis then is our order date. So we can just drag it in here. So now it's very tight here because it's showing it every day on the x-axis, but we can just show it by month. So all we need to do is just x beside day to remove it, and then it's going to show the monthly sales value. And then what we can do is with our grouping that we just created, if we drag it into Legend, it's going to split those sales depending on sales from the USA office and sales from all other offices. Okay, so now we can just format this chart a little. So while we've clicked into it, let's just format your visual. Now I don't want to display the x-axis. I just really want to show the lines as trends. So we can just turn these off. And we'll also need to just remove the title because it still shows year. But we'll bring our legend below here. So we will as well. But first we'll keep our y-axis, but we'll remove the title. And we'll also, I'll just minimize the y-axis and the x-axis. And then for legend, under position, so currently it's top left, we can just go bottom center, just to bring it into the bottom. And then under title, it does say office grouped because that's what the name we gave it, but I'll just name it as office. And we could even add in a semicolon as well. Okay, so we could also remove this title. We don't need to see it. We know that it's going to be the total sales that we're displaying. So in our general pane, we can just untick title just to make it a bit more clear. So then back in visual, let's just change the colors of the lines. So you can see lines here. Once we expand it, and then we can expand colors. So it's currently blue, but I'm going to go for a teal theme. So under more colors, so if we click towards the teal color, you can pick whichever one you like. So I have a color I like, which would be 196266. It's a bit darker, just to separate them. And then for the lighter one, we'll go 46A BBO, and then it's a little bit lighter. Okay, so let's just minimize these, and then I'll want to change the background as well, just to match our canvas background. So let's just copy again our hex code, and then under general effects, we'll just change the color of our background again, just by pasting in this. Okay, now we'll want to change our legend and our y-axis to be this white color with 10% darker as well. So, and our grid lines also actually. Or we could leave our grid lines like this. but under visual, and then we'll click into legend. Just for text, we'll just change the color to be this white 10% darker one. And then the same for y-axis. So for the values, we'll just change it to be the same. So now we can just minimize this chart, and then we can drag it up. Let's just see how small we want to make it here. So we can just expand it to match the rectangle behind. Yeah, we'll just need to click into it. Yep, and then the red line will appear. Okay, now that's our first chart done. And then what we can do is just again Control and C it, and Control and V just to bring our other chart just below. And instead of displaying our sales here, we'll display our count of unique orders. So let's remove sales, and then we can drag in order number. So again, it's going to sum it, but we'll do a count distinct, and the trend will be the same. But we can just see on the left hand side any days that may have had many orders. And then our last one will be the average sale, average value of each order. So we'll just paste this again and bring it down. And then we'll just finally remove our order number from the y-axis, and then we'll still have our calculated field which shows the average sales value. So we can just drag it into the y-axis. And this is again, it's always going to be broken down at a month level. So this is just showing the average value of each order per month. Okay, so that's our 3 charts created. So in the next video, we'll start working on our main dashboard in the middle here. So I'll see you in the next video.